Hello, Angel. How are you?
Doing pretty good. I just saved Mom's life.
Oh my god.
Fantastic. Shelby was just kind of explaining like the new process for everything as far as like the budget and how things are gonna work. She can go over again unless you want Pont to kind of explain what she said so far. It's really up to you, Angel.
It shouldn't be too much to kind of go over.
Pray with me,
I
chat.
don't really care who tells it to me.
Pray. I
So
pray.
my goal of everything,
Please
right,
be
is
civil.
to make sure that everyone's on the same page.
Please be
we
good.
set everyone at
Please
2
work
million,
out. Please be
to kind of
on the
see where
same page.
money is coming from and what unnecessities are being requested. One thing I didn't say to you, Pond, is I've unified repairs and foods. That way, side departments, that's one thing you guys don't have to worry about. It's all going through the same thing. So that's one less thing you need to worry about, and you're just worrying about things that need to go for your department. I want you
I can
on
see
this
Angel
fellow
asking
board,
some spicy
Angel,
questions.
because you are the lead of that department, right? And basically, requests would go through there, and it's that way you can request money whenever instead of waiting until the end of the month. It's not to restrict you. It's that way I can be your advocate to make sure that you guys get money where you need it.
Okay, I know you keep saying you're gonna be my advocate, but all you've done is kind of shit all over me.
I mean, you didn't let me finish before you hung up the phone.
Okay.
Because you said everything you needed to say. You said your
I
budget's
wasn't.
not $2 million.
I hadn't said everything I needed to say.
And that
I
was
was
it. I
trying
didn't
to
wanna hear
explain
anymore.
what I'm
Hold on.
explaining
One at a
right
time.
now.
One at a
I didn't wanna
time.
hear anymore.
One at a time. Okay. So.
Okay, I explained the 2 million, but I hadn't explained everything else. I wanted to explain so you were on the same page
Okay,
as the
I
rest of
understand, but the specific process doesn't really matter to me. I don't care.
It does matter because it's the same thing and the same conversation, the same respect that I've given to every other high command that I had this conversation
The tricky
with
part
last week.
is, do I back
Making
up
sure
Angel?
that you
There
guys
was no
know and
respect given, though.
Or
transparency.
do I back up Shelby
There
right now?
was no
yoinked
respect
my
when you
money,
hung up.
yoinked
Or do I
my money,
mediate and be
You didn't
neutral?
let me finish when you hung
yoinked my
up.
money. You yoinked my money. Gave me a call. told me to
Elizabeth,
go
help
fuck
me!
myself, and that I wasn't getting any money back. And then you just took even more money.
I mean, did I not immediately text you to make sure you knew that if you needed anything else for any past due things, I would make sure that you guys had that in there?
You did, but that's irrelevant. That's the most petty, unprofessional behavior I've seen in my entire time in this police department. I don't even think Carmine would pull a stunt like that.
Okay, well, we'll have to bring other people into it. Shelby was trying to basically just help you understand how the system works, Angel, and she's trying to explain it, and then she felt like she was cut off when she was trying to explain the process all behind it. And then Angel, you said to me that you did that in a way to kind of just,
Yeah, 'cause I was gonna
prevent
say some
anything
shit.
for something. Yeah, you're trying to basically not cause a wildfire to happen. So in order to not, come off more unprofessional, you decided to hang up the phone to end the conversation there so it didn't escalate.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't want to say some shit because I was gonna say some shit.
Right. And I spoke with Shelby about the way she did it. We can all acknowledge that that's not something that will be happening in the future. And it's probably best to have a conversation before doing something like that so people understand what's going on, right?
For something like what?
Or the money's being pulled, right? You wake up the next day and the money's gone.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's approached me at all on this entire thing. In fact, the only discussions I've really had about anything related to SRU was when you called me to tell me that all of our money's been taken.
I went to try and go over the whole process yesterday. Like I told you, I didn't have time last week and hadn't run across you when I was trying to get everything all up and running, which
Okay.
is why the conversation didn't happen until Sunday.
Okay,
And I was
but that
trying
doesn't
to
change
go-
the fact that it's still disrespectful to me.
Come on,
Well, yeah,
somehow.
I mean,
That's
everyone went through
irrelevant.
the same thing. You weren't
Come-
around when I was
come
having the
on,
conversation.
come on,
I've
y'all,
been
we got
around- I've
this.
been around for 2 weeks.
When I was around, you weren't around for me to have
Come
that
on,
conversation.
there's got to be a way till we can get
Hey,
past
heads
this.
up. Some of your money's getting taken out of your account.
Okay, but I'm not going to go and text something like that. I'd rather have a one-on-one conversation telling you what's going on and what's changing so that way you know what's going on.
Yeah, after it happened.
And everyone else knew after it happened.
That's not true.
only
You just told me that you went and spoke to them before.
I talked to Baas first. They knew about it after the money was already brought down to 2 million. Libby, did I not tell you that after
Okay,
your account
I'd
was
also like
brought
to
down
point
to
out
2
to Baas,
million?
you told me that I would be getting the money back, and now I'm getting told to go through this due process. So what's going on with that?
No, you are getting that 2 million back, yes. You are getting that
No,
money back.
the 20 million.
So the 20 million, that process is getting changed like Shelby was trying to explain. It's going to be a bounty board done through the mayor's office. Shelby, you want to explain the process now, how you opt in for bounties?
So you opt in for bounties either by talking to myself.
Oh fuck no! I'm not
or
doing any of
talking
this. No, no,
to
no, no,
Wayne.
no, it's not happening. No,
Why not, Angel?
no, I'm not gonna fucking talk to the mayor's office to put a bounty on his criminal friends.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I can
Literally, he's directly tied with some of the people we're chasing.
Right, and I can guarantee you he'll assist you and aid you with it. He does not like racers or gangbangers. I can tell you that for a fact. We've had multiple conversations about this. So you bring him any name and you show him the investigation, what you guys are
Okay,
looking
so
for.
what's gonna happen when I say I want to put a bounty on Tony Corleone, his
He'll
best
support
friend?
it.
What's
He'll
he gonna
support
do?
it. He'll support
No,
it.
he's not.
He supported bounty on Speedy, so I don't see why not.
No, he didn't.
The other thing is
Yeah, he did, for the
we have
terrorism
money
case.
in the commissioner's account to pull.
Yeah, I wonder
from
where you
for
got that from. I wonder who had to get all that money together, who spent a bunch of time lobbying the
It
mayor's
wasn't
office
just
to get a
your
bunch of money
account,
for bounties.
Angel.
I wonder where that $24 million came from.
I just
I
want to
lost
point out, I've
29
been
million.
respectful. Yeah, she lost 29 million. She lost more than you did.
Yeah, but
Everybody
I actually
did.
had this shit
Everybody did.
allocated for something.
And like I
I
said,
explained that.
Shelby's gonna go out there and battle for y'all. She's gonna be the face. So try and deal with the mayor's office. You can deal with the police officer who knows your workings and what's going on exactly. That can, you know,
She
relate.
doesn't even know what we do.
Then tell me. Talk to me. I want to be
That's
an
not my
advocate
job.
for you
Your
guys.
job is to advocate for me. You didn't even make a
But,
single
but
attempt to
Angel,
talk
also
to
your
me.
job is to also to convince Shelby why you need his money, right? Explain to her why you need it, right?
No, you're making that her job.
No.
That's
So
been the job of the
I
commissioner's
had-
office the whole
if
time.
I had everything taken care of. I'd already been working with the previous commission office, and this was not a problem. And now you're making this a problem that it doesn't need to be.
You're making it a problem. It doesn't need to be.
No, everything was running.
Have
just
you
fine.
not come into
You
this
showed up,
conversation
and now we have a big
constantly
problem.
interrupting me? That
Okay,
is
okay,
like
hold on,
extremely
hold on, hold on,
disrespectful.
hold on, hold
No,
on.
I
Let's
just
not
now
go down-
interrupted you.
Come on. Let's not go down that path. Come on, y'all. Okay, let's focus on the budget.
Don't fucking sling
right?
mud when you're already in a mud pit, Shelby.
No,
I
come
mean,
on.
you went and
This
brought the
back
mud
and
pit
forth
up
needs to
here.
stop. The both of you, please. We're trying to actually figure this out and do it in a civil matter. Thank you. So, Angel, the way it's gonna work now with a new mayor, obviously changes from mayor to mayor depending on how the mayor wants to do it. He wants you to go to the commissioner, explain why you want this money. Shelby fights for you, gets that money, gives it back to you. That's how the process is gonna work, and that's how the mayor office wants it. As simple as that. At the end of the day, they control the budget, and they can say no. Any questions about that?
No, no questions.
Okay. So can we continue the conversation about SRU so Shelby can have a better understanding of what is it you need?
I don't really think there's anything to talk about.
So you want your was it 1.7? How much money do you need right now?
1.75, and then you said 400K every 2 weeks for the asset fees. Yeah,
Okay. Can we get that sorted, Shelby?
391,000.
yeah, I can make sure that's in there. Wait, how much? What?
It's 391,000 specifically.
No, I'll just do an even 400. So I'll make sure you guys have a month's worth of asset fees in there. So I'll transfer the 800 plus the 1.75 is what it was.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll make sure all that's transferred in, which will still keep you
Then-
guys with
I can tell Angel's
the
not
400K
happy,
for
but
the next
I don't
asset
know what to
fees
do here.
and another
Look,
$500,000.
there's gonna be a party that's not happy with the outcome, and I'm trying on best to make the best out of it, man. You know, it's just it's a drastic change.
The
A
only
lot is
thing I
going
will say
on.
is I
Some people are
wanna
gonna be upset with
remind
it, but
the mayor's office
think in the
that
future it'll
the
work out.
loans, have disappeared or whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't even want to fucking think how much money SRU has brought in impound fees and arrest fees and God knows what else with all the people
Well,
in the cars that
I've
we
already
brought in.
I've already got a FOIA request with the mayor's office. I'll be gathering the information to present it.
perfect.
I'd like to see exactly how much money this
I,
guy's
I
making.
think that's
I
a
will
good point to
say,
pull up. I mean, I do
do
think that is
check
good.
the cars I impound, and regularly the cars that we impound are fees from anywhere to 60 to 100K.
Don't
Like,
please everyone's the best
check
to be a
them 'cause
villain.
I like to know.
I mean, I'm trying to
So,
guide the conversation,
you know.
right?
If
I
you,
sh-
if
I
you want
shouldn't
to
have
keep
to be
something
here.
running to keep track of that to bring to him,
Baas shouldn't have to be here.
I
Shelby
think that's
and
a
Angel should
great
be able to
idea.
talk to
So
each
that
other
way
without
we
any
can
issues.
bring more to you guys. I don't see a problem with that at all. I know that right now the concern is that the state loans have been removed, and so the money is going to be lowering.
Still pay him
Okay,
a
but you know
loan.
that's a lot of bullshit, though, right? Like the money doesn't come from loans. Like you guys are just lying about that.
That's what he's telling us. It's not
That's
something
what
that
he's telling us.
right.
It's just a lie, though. I remember this very specifically. When Abdul was the mayor, they were down bad constantly. They had no fucking money. And then they raised asset fees by like twice. And all of a sudden he kept bragging about how he was flush with cash, how he couldn't stop it coming in.
Didn't
You could
asset
take
fees get
you could
raised
take
again?
they did. You could take loans away, and I don't think the state would stop making any money. I think that's just a load of bullshit.
All right, it's one of those things where time will tell, or maybe with a FOIA that you're doing right now, Angel, you can see between the lines.
Yeah, we'll see. The thing is, though, you know, respectfully, I don't really trust that the mayor's office isn't going to run with the information that Shelby knows, knowing that I'm looking into this and start muddling the waters even more.
Well, I mean, we're just trying to get this system working because, like I said, every mayor's going to have a different perspective when it comes to it. Mickey was more loose with money. Lang's trying to be more now tight with money. So things are changing a lot, and we're trying to adapt and be flexible so we can make it work no matter what.
I think that you just said a bunch of politician terms that don't actually mean what you're trying to say.
No, I mean it. I'm saying that things are different now, and we got to adapt to it, basically, right? We're gonna be, you know, the environment that we had in the
Right,
past.
so we're making it worse for the people that actually operate within the system.
I mean, it might appear that way right now, sure, right? Where
Because that's genuinely what's happening.
right, it might appear that way to where you're losing a lot of money, but long term, I think you'll be more sustainable, right? I think that's the goal. We're trying to focus on the future, as far as the PD.
Okay, okay. Let me ask you this. Okay, how am I more sustainable and that I now have to do a bunch of busy work to get the money that I already had? How am I any more sustainable than I was before?
Because in the past you had a bigger cash flow. Now you don't, right? It's more tight. So you're
It's
getting
the same cash flow as before.
now.
I'm still spending just as much.
Sure, but I'm talking about the bounties, right? Because that's the thing
That money goes right back to the state, by the way. The asset fees. It barely counts as an expense. It's mainly just a checkbox. It's not even an expense, really.
well, the
Aren't
asset fee.
car asset fee is only once a month?
Twice.
No, twice every 2 weeks.
Because I got my house asset fees
No,
last week. but,
House
like,
is
I didn't
different
get
than the
cars.
cars.
Oh, yeah.
It alternates every week. 1 week is car, 1 week is house. And I will say this, okay, Shelby, I don't trust you. I don't think I can work with you in a professional capacity after the thing that you did yesterday. I don't think you actually have the ability to operate in good faith.
I mean, to be honest, same with you.
How did this?
So I'd rather work with just Bond.
Pawn's not part of SRU.
Upon is not part of SRU. You both need to work together. I don't know how we're gonna make
I mean,
it
if
work.
she's gonna come in, I don't think
No,
it's
hold
gonna
on a
work
second.
fast.
Hold on a second. Okay, we made so much progress. You guys were both talking and conversing about into this conversation as far as
Because you shut down the stuff that I wanted to talk about, Baas. That's why.
how did I shut it down?
Because you came in, you laid down the law. You're my boss.
Because
I'm going to
the
accept what you say,
conversation
and
was
that's-
not going
that's that.
anywhere. It was I cut you off, you cut me off. I talk over you, talk over me, right? It wasn't going anywhere. It was not being productive.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to fucking. I'm gonna be honest with you. You ever fucking been to a wrestling match? Sometimes you just gotta fucking punch each other in the stomach with a table to feel better about yourself.
I mean, if both sides are okay with it, go at it.
Honestly, I'll have a fucking fist fight with this bitch right now.
Well, she's not a bitch. She's Shelby. Second is Shelby. Would you like to fist fight Angel?
I haven't used those derogatory terms towards her. If she can't move over and have a civil conversation, then I guess we can just call it good with the budget. I want to work with you guys and make sure you have what you need, but not even listening to what I have to say and saying that you won't work with me when I am trying to work with you.
Well, you're putting words in my mouth now.
Uh,
I said I can't
those are
trust
words-
you. You said you can't trust me either. Don't
Right.
act like you didn't say the same thing.
Like, you both
I
can't
mean,
trust each other.
I wasn't the one who said it
We're
first.
both on the same level here, Shelby. Don't stop trying to put me below you here.
Maybe I'll let it go. Maybe I'll let it happen. I don't know. I don't know what to do
You've
here at
thrown
this
just
point.
as much shit as I've thrown at you.
I don't know what to do here right now, okay? Because
Yeah, but I went and started the whole thing trying to be civil, making sure you're on the same page as
No,
everyone.
you didn't. You started the whole thing by being petty and pulling $1.5 million out of an
And
account,
actually,
demanding an
let
apology.
me go ahead and correct you. I started the whole thing by trying to tell you about the $2 million and what the plans were with the commissioner office. And instead of acting like an adult and listening to me,
Which one is
you
Reed?
cried about you not having $19 million and eventually hung up.
See, there you go. Now you're on the same level as me with your derogatory language.
I didn't call you a bitch.
Misrepresenting facts.
please, Reed, step in, do something, help me.
Not really. That's exactly
Yeah,
what
really,
happened.
I didn't cry.
I mean,
I was telling you exactly
and
what
then
you needed to hear.
Mom
that you're-
didn't give
that
me
you're
what I
getting power
wanted, so I
hungry.
went to Dad, which was Baas.
You mean I reported to my direct superior about you acting unprofessional?
Maybe I let this slide. I don't know. I'm trying
I mean,
to
I
think.
told you
'Cause
to get the
I
money
didn't
back
go
as
to
soon as we
Mom
had a
because
talk.
Dad said no. I went to Baas, my direct superior, because one of his subordinates was acting a fool.
Because you were crying about not having your 19 million.
No,
I was trying to go
because
through it with
sent
you.
a petty, unprofessional, vindictive, personally motivated reason to remove money from estate accounts. If that doesn't scream, I shouldn't have this fucking job, I don't know what does, Shelby.
Did I not immediately
acting
text
like a
you,
child.
going letting you know that if you were outstanding on anything, to let me know what you needed so I could transfer that
Irrelevant.
to
It
make sure you
doesn't
had
change it.
enough?
If I
That
kick
is
you in
pretty
the dick
relevant.
and give you some ibuprofen, it doesn't make it better.
I mean, I wanted to make sure that you guys were still good.
You clearly didn't, because you said we weren't getting the money back until I apologized.
At this point, Bass, I don't see this going anywhere, and I see it just going in continuous circles.
Okay. We'll pause the conversation here, but make sure that Angel gets whatever money she needs for SRU for asset fees, so at least that unit can operate and be sustainable for the time being.
Yep, I will do that.
All right. Thank you. Anything else we need to talk about? All right. Perfect. Thank you for your time. Thank you for showing up.
Yeah, of course.
Bass, if I can have a conversation with you privately, Libby can be there.
Thank you, Pond.
I honestly, I refuse to work with her. She interrupted me so many times when I sat there and was quiet and would wait for my turn to talk. I don't think there's going anywhere, and I just want to also point out, if she wants to complain about how she worked hard for that money, please refer back to what I sent to you directly from their account.
Oh yeah, yo. Yeah, I see that. I definitely see that. We should probably talk to Mickey and figure out if this is actually serious or not, because
Yeah.
no, Mickey likes to mess around a lot. So I don't know if there's supposed to be a humor in that comment, or it's actually a cry for help.
Yeah, not really sure, but I mean, I'll make sure that they get their asset fees every couple weeks. But until then, until she finds someone else to represent the SRU in a professional manner, I tried having that professional conversation, and she kept going around about, just like she just did right now, with the same things, to the point where she hung up. I understand that I went and did the petty thing also, but I went into the conversation with an open mind to try and explain to her what's going on. She didn't even want to give me a chance here, and you saw that. To explain.
Yeah, no, I definitely saw the back and forth. Reed, what is your opinion on this? How would you solve this problem?
You need to give me a minute.
Okay.
Sure, I admit it too. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, give me. I gotta use the restroom. My head is spinning. I want Angel and
Can
Shelby
I
to work
actually
together.
speak to you privately, Bass? Sorry, Shelby, this isn't meant to
course.
be.
No,
Of
you're
course.
good. You're good. You're good.
I want the both of them to work together, but I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. And I don't know what to do, because Angel needs to respect Shelby and the fact she's a commissioner, and then Shelby needs to respect also that Angel is the head of SRU, and it's just like this fucking collision course that is just a fucking just.
Well, that was productive.
It was to a certain extent. It was productive, and then we took 5 steps forward and then like a million steps backwards toward the end.
I think that was a disgusting way to speak to someone who has been tasked with a job. I understand that they have issues, but there was a resolution for their issue there.
Right.
And it seemed that, look, I could have been misinterpreting. It seemed like they weren't happy with that solution, and that's when it just turned into, okay, let's just fight about it, rather than, okay, let's work on this together. It's not like
Right.
everyone hasn't been put in a difficult position right now. It's not, because everyone has.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if they're not willing to work on it and accept that it's going to be difficult for a bit, then, I mean...
That's what I'm trying to tell Angel, right? I can sense a lot of built-up frustration with her, right? She's pretty frustrated with everything. You can tell that she's angry and she wants to take it out on somebody because it seemed like this happened overnight for her, right? So she's trying to process the whole thing, but it's not justify, her actions behind it, right? And I was trying to explain to her, listen, this is the cards dealt to us. Let's make the best out of it. Things are gonna be, tight as far as the budget money. They're not as, open and easy coming as it used to be with Mickey, because it's a different mayor, and that's something we need to adapt to no matter what. If we're giving a penny versus $100, we should be able to take the penny and turn it into $100, and we should be taking the $100 and turning it into $1,000, right? Doesn't matter what's given to us. If we're given something, we make the best out of it every single time, and that should be the mindset and approach to a lot of people in the PD.
Yeah, do I understand Angel hanging out because she, had the frustration? Yes. Do I believe at the same time that possibly it could have been exactly like that situation? Absolutely. If she had spoken to me like that, and I'm siding with both of them here in a way, but if she had spoken to me like that, I probably would have done the same thing as Shelby. And if I didn't feel like the conversation was productive, I probably also would have hung up. So I think they both did something wrong in that sense.
Right.
But just then, that was not productive.
That was over the top for sure.
Okay, well, here is our solution. Here's our solution. Well, I'm not happy with that solution, so fuck that, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where Angel will have to eventually get over it, right? Because that's what's happening. That's what we're going with. There's no change in our mind. However, is how do we fix this looming problem that we have between Angel and Shelby? Because I know for a fact this is not something that's gonna last a day or two. This might go on for maybe weeks or months. So how do we stop that from turning into something bigger?
Well, that's, yeah. I don't know if I can answer that, to be honest, right now, because Angel left with not being happy with the resolution. So I don't know if you're going to be able to make it better for her. I think Shelby's going to be fine. I don't think Shelby will really give a fuck. She's been tasked with a job. I think she's just going to do it. I think the hard part is going to be calming Angel down and making Angel see that it's going to be fine.
Right, but that will take some time. There's no way in hell I can go up to her right now and say, hey, everything's going to be okay. She's not going to believe that. Nothing I say and do will make her believe what I'm trying to convey, because her mind is made up right now and she feels hurt. Therefore, she's going to try to build up this wall around herself to where she's not going to accept anything coming her way till it sets in for her as far as time.
Well, Jose, hi, AJ. Sounds like we should leave this to Jose. Yep. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, because if it goes to him, it goes to me, all right? Listen, I tried to mediate that conversation. I tried to be as civil and as respectful as I can be, because I know if I went off on one of them, the other one will feel like, I'm siding with, right? It's almost hard, because it's like you have kids and you're like a parent. And you can't side with one of them sometimes, because if you do, the other one will feel like it's unloved or not cared for. So I'm trying my best to not come off biased and selective, but at the same time conveying the message to the both of them that you need to work together, regardless of differences, what you believe in. At the end of the day, you gotta work together and figure it out, because that's what we do in the PD. We're supposed to be problem solvers. We're supposed to be people that go out there and de-escalate and preserve life. And all those tools are needed to be somebody who's gonna be a police officer in the PD. So if you don't have that, we'll worry about your status.
Wait, what are you worried about?
Worried about people not having, the social etiquette to be able to figure out the problems with their, their police work or what they do out there, right? Just understanding that it's okay to be wrong, and it's okay to learn from mistakes, and it's okay to talk about people when it comes to, how you feel about them and your problems, so you can solve the issue instead of just, suppressing those thoughts and letting it just sit there and linger.
Okay. I'm so confused right now, Baas.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly, huh?
Huh? Okay, well, listen. You know what? I have an idea. Follow me. Just the man I've been looking for. Former ex-commissioner Lance Moulton. Thank you for being here.
Ask Commissioner. Okay, give me a second.
Ex-commissioner, I said.
Oh, okay. I'll just leave this on one liner, Shelby. Like, worst comes to worst, I don't want these people to be out money for their hard work, so I would like to get this paid ASAP. If you could start that on your end.
We can do that.
Okay.
Does anyone have food?
Yeah, I got some Shrugway food.
And an IFAC?
I need some food as well too. Here's some IFACs on the ground.
Okay, I just dropped some stuff. Yeah, I figured I might get pulled into all this.
Shelby, yeah, the food you need?
I'll be real.
I got it.
I've been gassing up all sides. I'm not high command anymore, and this was before you offered me my position. I've been throwing fuel on this fucking fire like no other yesterday.
This fucking snake.
Sorry. Now that I'm command, I'm sorry. I'm here to make a.
It's all Mountain's fault. Mountain has to deal with it. That's it. It's Mountain's to deal with. His command.
Jump.
Hey, wait a second. To be fair, I didn't find out about this till after the fact.
Well, none of them are in my department, so it's
How
not
long you
like
been
a
up here?
problem.
How long you been up here, Uncle?
Hours.
It ain't one of my
Don't
offices.
Yeah.
Look, if there's a silver lining.
Why,
it's that
Moulton?
you need
Why?
more
Why do you
food,
add
you
fuel
need
to the
more
fire
food.
when I need you to de-escalate and put out fires?
I'm
Okay.
doing that now that I'm command, Bass. Look, my fuck around days are over, I swear. Look, if it's any consolation, Bones did not take the bait to drain the SRU count to 0, so we're better off than we would have been if Divine and
I
I
just
had
want to fucking
succeeded
choke
yesterday.
you right now so
Do you need
bad.
the sandwich?
Yeah,
take that
choke on the
sandwich.
sandwich instead, please. You're hungry, OG. You could say, Bass, that I was up to some trooper shit.
You brought this in, by the way. This is on you, Bass.
There's no take backsies on my promotion.
There's not, because you're selected
Yeah,
by the
I-
commissioner, not me. You're lucky.
Ooh! Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
Stroke
shit!
that ego, Bass. Oh, man.
Wait, hold on. What'd you just say?
Stroke that fucking ego.
Oh my,
Holy
Lance,
shit.
that means you could do anything.
Hey, hang on, wait a second.
Did you say he was protected by the commissioner?
No,
I
I
said
was-
selected by the commissioner.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay.
that's
That
an
means you
ego
could do literally anything you want,
That's an
Lance.
ego stroke right there, buddy. All right, now I'm in there. You just bought yourself some political capital, Bass. What's your problem that I could solve?
Shelby and Angel. They're not working together. Can you fix
No.
it?
Gonna work.
So let me. Can I take a guess here? Can I guesstimate the situation?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I know a tiny bit about it.
Okay.
Basically, surprise, surprise. Like the last 3 years, something didn't go Brittany Angel's way, so now there's a giant fight.
Whoa, whoa, don't you talk about my Angel like that.
Hey, I want to also point out that I didn't call her any words, and she did call me a bitch during that thing.
And we
Okay.
agreed that it was over the top. Okay. Right. But at the same time, I do believe, Shelby, and I say this in front of you, that both sides are at fault, right? I think it could have been handled better on both sides, and there's definitely room for improvement. That is
Oh,
definitely
of
my
course there's
that
room
one.
for
That's my
improvement.
Lance
I
Moulton
can
take.
at least recognize that.
Thank you, Beth.
I don't think
Thank
she
you, Colonel.
can, though.
Is that were you doing a Lance fence sitting impression?
That was a classic fence setting, right?
Very classic.
You stayed the
fences.
base.
I agree with it. I support it.
Right.
You're telling me that Lance, the fence sitter Malton, agreed with a fence sitting take? That's crazy.
What?
I think.
You know,
I think
can we just point out real quick that they are both
close.
like the fence is going from one side to the other, and they're both on it right now?